My name is Drew Vashisht, and I want to tell you about Yeva. In 2013, my best friend Adam became the primary caregiver for his grandmother, Yeva, and it was pretty tough on him. He didn't know what to do, he didn't know how to help her and what resources were available to him, and he was unsure how to support somebody that was experiencing mild dementia. It became so difficult for him that Adam dropped out of his PhD program to become a primary caregiver. And unfortunately, it isn't that uncommon. There are 65 million informal and family caregivers that are helping their loved one age, manage their disease, or manage their disability. And unfortunately, those caregivers have a lot of problems. The ratio of caregivers to patients has shrunk 300% in the last 40 years, so there are fewer caregivers. Of the caregivers that are, they don't have a lot of time since so many of them are employed now. And they're pretty stressed out about how to finance their loved one's care because 81% of retirement savings don't last. So unsurprisingly, almost half of caregivers consider their situation to be highly stressful. And it's really important that we care about this because I can guarantee you that every single person in America will be a caregiver at some point, including whoever is watching this presentation. So how can we support each other? We need to enable caregivers to do three things: provide efficient care, affordable care, and the correct care. And that's why we're building Yeva, a community for caregivers to crowdsource their questions, their needs, whatever they're looking for, and receive personalized guidance. Based on almost 150 user interviews with geriatricians, PCPs, social workers, nurses, caregivers, and patients, we've honed in on what we believe to be a target pain point for our MVP. And that's, in a simple way to put it, Quora for Alzheimer's caregiving. Caregivers have a lot of questions that tend to be non-clinical, which a doctor may not be able to answer, but definitely something that other caregivers can answer. And caregivers tend to want to give back to their community. Just based on a lot of our user interviews, we heard something again and again, which was a need for tips and tricks, exactly what we're trying to build for. And we've started to do that by building a web scraper and basic algorithm to capture really high quality posts that tend to be buried right now in Alzheimer's forums. Rather than going through 900 posts on nutrition, we now are providing caregivers the best quality content that other caregivers have generated on nutrition, for example. If you want to know more about this, you can sign up for it at yeva.co. Our long-term vision is to monetize through recruiting participants for clinical trials. It's something that we've heard a need for, and it's something that companies in this space are looking to do. And we believe that we can do it by creating an intelligent platform that personalizes content depending on the family situation and disease, structuring that data to be consumable via API for biopharma, and knowing how to do this given that our team has built and launched similar technology at industry players. In terms of our go-to-market, we plan on partnering with clinical trial technology vendors as a distribution point, such as Metadata, Bioclinica, ERT, par Excel. We think that this is really relevant because the average fee to recruit a patient is nearly $3,500. And because we're going to be creating a community that is interested in getting their loved ones into clinical trials, we believe that this is really, really ripe in order to align incentives and provide value to caregivers, but also provide value to the people that are going to be paying for this platform. Just as a comparison, in our first year, recruiting 50 patients would enable break-even, given our primary driver of costs are only hosting, moderation, and salaries. In terms of the competitive landscape, not a lot of people are playing in our intersection. There's a lot of informational technologies for caregivers that simply tell them what a home health aide has done. For example, a lot of the home health agencies like CareLinks and Home Hero are providing these technologies in the top left. There are some technologies that provide caregivers content, but they tend to be fairly text-heavy and static. Generally, a doctor or a nurse just distilling all of their information into a data dump over an app. We believe that our technology is going to be the only one focused on caregivers that is extremely responsive to the particular needs of each user. And that's where we think our unfair advantage is. We're focusing on the caregiver, we're providing a modern user experience for this growing tech-savvy user base of family caregivers, and we believe that we can leverage machine learning to real-time vet the advice that's being generated. And we think that by knocking this out of the park for Alzheimer's, we can scale it to other diseases. And we think that there's a lot of opportunity here. The home health market is expected to grow to $200 billion by 2024. And by virtue of being a family caregiver, people are inherently trying to enable their loved ones to live and age at home with their diseases. As an aside, the clinical trial technology market is $2 billion, so we also believe that both are sufficiently large enough to have opportunity. Our 12-month plan, which we've already begun working on, is piloting our technology. We've already identified a Penn Health practice that's interested in piloting with us, and we've submitted an IRB proposal to allow the pilot to continue. We're also looking to sign our first enterprise partnership, and we're currently in the works of signing a letter of intent with BioClinica, with their VP of Technology Partnerships. Lastly, the main milestone for the end of the year is to expand our pilot and the data and insights generated from it into a larger, more robust platform, expanding the feature set. Our specific milestones for the summer are to pilot with 300 users over the course of 3 months from the practices that we can onboard. We also want to enable our partnership with BioClinica by referring our first patient from our platform into a trial for a fee so that we can generate revenue as well. And we want to validate the efficacy of our algorithm in being able to vet really high quality content on how to answer and enable caregivers to be extremely effective. And we really think that this is the right team to do it. We have industry experts, product managers, serial entrepreneurs that really understand the space. We have software engineers that are extremely passionate for personal and professional reasons that want to build compelling products. And we also have 2 technical advisors that are providing the machine learning and data analytics insight in order to make our platform extremely unique, differentiated, and defensible. And that's why we're building Yeva. We really hope that you join us on this journey.